Hi everyone, it's Claire back again, and we're going to do a Clare Compares today. We haven't done one of those in a while. And before I get into it, on my nails, just look at this, it's beautiful. Deep, deep jelly, blue, almost teal. There's a little drop of green in there, definitely. But this blue jelly base. I don't have many. A handful of jelly polishes, but I absolutely love this one, and you can see the gold holographic glitters. It's even got some bar glitters, but they're more like tinsel than the weird hairy bar glitters, which I don't like, but I love, love, love this. And this is my Oblivion by Pahlish, that was sent to me by the Nail Polish Hound, and I love it, I love it, I love it. So thank you very much, Amanda. Right, let's get into the comparisons. So here are the colours that we're going to look at today. Okay, so we have a blue teal shimmer, a greyed out jade green, and so this is my Dogsled is a hybrid, and we've got this pretty pale pastel blue from Pure Ice, which was sent over to me by Debbie. So there's some comparisons here, and these are based on my observations and also subscribers leaving comments about potential comparisons. So before we get into these three, I just want to mention a subscriber of mine, Kerrie, reached out and left a message saying that she needed my help, and I'm hoping that we can all help here. This is for Kerrie. So Kerrie said that she's got one of her favourite polishes of all time is Rimmel Pompous, and it's an old discontinued deep royal purple. If possible, I will try to insert a picture of it here. I haven't got it, unfortunately, but I'll put a picture in if I can find one. So this is more of a Kerrie compares rather than Clare compares, because I don't have Pompous with me, and Kerrie's down to the last little bit of her last bottle, and she wondered if I could help her find a dupe or a comparison. Now, Kerrie, the only thing, as I said to you, in my collection that I can find that looks remotely similar is this one here. And this is a deep royal shimmery purple, but it does have that blue shimmer to it as well, which to me looks quite similar to Pompous. So I'm just going to pop this on the swatch wheel. Kerrie, maybe you can freeze the video, freeze, so that tells you how old I am. Pause the video, and I'll put a few coats on here and you can have a look at the comparison with your existing bottle. But if anybody knows about this polish, Rimmel Pompous, it's number 610, then please let me know in the comments if you know of a dupe or a comparison, and then we can help Kerrie out. So that's one coat, and did I even tell you what this was? This is OPI ink. Okay, so we'll come back to this one, but that one was for you, Kerrie, for Kerrie Compares. So let's get back to Clare Compares. In one of my videos, Steffi asked if I mentioned that I thought the Wet n Wild Megalast I Need a Refreshment was similar to my Dogsled is a hybrid, and Steffi asked if I could do a comparison. She was interested in getting both. Does she need to get both? So just on from the pulling them out of the shelf, you can see they are actually quite different, Steffi. I'm not telling you that you need to get this one or that you need to have both, but as you can see, my Dogsled is a hybrid is very, very different. It's much more of a green tone, and although there is a little hint of green in the Wet n Wild, it's much more blue toned, so they're very different. However, I did find a couple of similarities. This one to the eye looking most similar, but actually now that we look at it, it's got a little bit of daylight there, it looks more like these two will be a comparison, and maybe I don't have anything that compares to my Dogsled is a hybrid, but let's get them on the swatch wheel and we can take a look. So this is Dogsled. Very opaque, beautiful cream polish in 2 coats. This is one of my favourite polishes from, I think it was 2015. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what collection it was from. I'll put it down here at the bottom. I think it was like a Scandinavian type of collection. But yeah, that's hybrid. My Dogsled is a hybrid. And this one here is a coconut infusion Barry M, and this is called Bikini. And I know that this is going to be quite a bit lighter, yeah. I mean, it is still the same colour family. It's got that slightly greyed out jade colour, but the Barry M is 2-3 shades lighter. And finally, this is for Audrey. I know that I've said that for Audrey is very, very similar to Aquadelic, but actually when I pulled Aquadelic off the shelf, there was a difference, more of a difference when comparing it to the OPI, which is strange because usually for Audrey and Aquadelic I can't usually tell the difference. But that's the 3 of them there, and you can see that actually for Audrey is a lot more blue. This is the Barry M, and that's my Dogsled is a hybrid, which has got a little bit more green, or at least a couple of shades darker than this one. I mean, on the nail, you can't really tell much of a difference between these two. Yeah, obviously this is darker, and for Audrey is definitely leaning much more blue against these two. So, but they're all very opaque, nice formulas. But there you go, Steffi. It's nothing like the Wet n Wild Need a Refreshment, but that's that comparison. Okay, now I'm going to move on to this one here, which is an essence that, oh, suddenly the sun has come out. Yeah, this is a beautiful shimmery metallic, but it's a little bit of a, it's a bit of a smeary mess, and from what I can remember, I think this one stains the cuticles a little bit. But it reminded me of Green with Envy that Loopy Frog sent me. So if you look at both of them together, they do look quite similar. There's maybe a little bit more of a gold sheen in the essence and more of a blue silvery sheen. But let's have a look at them. I do know, because I've worn the Rimmel recently that Lou sent me, that it doesn't stain, and it's actually quite a nice formula, and it's the one that reminds me of Don't Teal My Vibe from the new Spring China Glaze collection. So that's the Rimmel. 2 coats was great when I wore this recently, and this is the essence. So the essence is much more pigmented, and it looks to have a better formula, but unfortunately all that saturation means that there is a little bit of stainage on this one. But that's those 2. I'll come back and do a second coat. And thirdly, when I swatched this little beauty which Debbie sent me, I couldn't find immediately any comparisons to this, and I was quite confused about that because I know that I have lots of pale pastel blues. This is a beautiful, beautiful formula. But I did have a look last night and think, oh, actually it looks a little bit like this Zoya. This is, looking at it now, looks brighter. But let's see what they look like on the swatch wheel. So this is Take a Glint from Pure Ice, and this one here is Lilian from Zoya. I need to give this one a little bit more love actually, because I think I've worn it maybe once. But let's have a look at Lilian first. Okay. Don't know where all this fluff and debris is coming from. But that's Lilian. Quite opaque in the one coat. And then this is Pure Ice. Take a Glint. Yeah, it's different, much different. This is a bright pastel blue, whereas Lilian is a little bit more subdued. But they looked quite similar, more similar in the bottle than they do on the swatch wheel. Okay, I will do a second coat, including Kerrie's compare, and I'll come back and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so here we go. The second coat really does sometimes make a huge difference. That's the comparison with Pompous, and I do think it's more of a deeper purple, and Pompous has got slightly more of a blue tone, but I'm not sure, Kerrie. That's the best I can do. If anyone else knows what might be a dupe for Rimmel Pompous, please let us know in the comments. This one here was my Dogsled is a hybrid, beautiful, beautiful green, and considerably deeper than these two comparisons. So that's the Barry M, and this one is for Audrey. Whereas on the second coat, these two look very, very similar. So this is the Rimmel that Lou sent me, and this one here is the Essence. I don't feel that I need both, so I'm going to keep the one that Lou sent me because I wore this recently and I really enjoyed it. And you've probably seen already that I will be, if not already, out. I'm not sure how I'm up to with my schedules, but the Essence is going to be destashed. And here is, they do look a little bit more similar actually on the second coat, but you can still see the brightness peeking out from the Pure Ice. And although Lilian by Zoya is very pretty, won't be going anywhere, and great formula, I have to say that I prefer the brightness in the Pure Ice, and it's got an even better formula than the Zoya. So yeah, that's those two. Okay, if you can help with this one, that would be fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've got any more comparisons. Obviously my collection is downsizing, so I don't have as many to compare with as I used to, but I can always still find comparisons. Thanks for watching everyone, see you in the next one, bye!